Welcome to Mega Stadiums, where today we are covering one of the most monumental moments in the history of Major League Soccer, the grand opening of Miami Freedom Park, the breathtaking new home of Inter Miami. This moment comes after a journey of nearly 12 years, marked by meticulous planning and fierce political confrontations. Following the rejection of 5 separate stadium proposals, David Beckham's extraordinary dream is at long last transforming into a tangible reality. In merely 2 months, the gates will swing open to a 25,000-seat architectural masterpiece. This venue proudly showcases the largest canopy roof in the entire MLS and serves as the centerpiece of a billion-dollar mixed-use entertainment hub and the most significant new public park Miami has witnessed in generations. This is the incredible story of how a former England captain masterfully converted an abandoned golf course into a truly world-class football destination. Let's dive right in. If this kind of story fires you up, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. You do not want to miss what's coming next. The epic story of Miami Freedom Park doesn't begin in 2026, but rather in 2014, the year David Beckham stood on the world stage to declare his bold intention of bringing Major League Soccer to Miami. As a key part of his contract with the LA Galaxy, years before Beckham had shrewdly secured the right to acquire an MLS expansion franchise for a mere $25 million, a remarkable bargain even in those days. But the entire vision hinged on a single critical condition: he absolutely had to find a suitable stadium location in downtown Miami. What ensued was one of the most grueling and complex stadium sagas ever witnessed in the history of American sports. Beckham's very first proposal, presented in March of 2014, targeted Port Miami, a prime waterfront parcel of land right next to what was then known as the American Airlines Arena. The vision was nothing short of spectacular. He imagined a 25,000-seat stadium situated on Dodge Island, with direct access from downtown Miami and offering sweeping panoramic views across Biscayne Bay. However, powerful opposition surfaced almost immediately. Royal Caribbean, alongside other cruise industry giants, quickly formed the Miami Seaport Alliance. This group launched a highly sophisticated and well-funded campaign, asserting that the proposed stadium would hopelessly clog port traffic and critically interfere with their own expansion plans. After the Port Miami location was definitively blocked, 3 additional proposals unraveled in quick succession. These included a plan for a waterfront boat slip located between the American Airlines Arena and Museum Park, a plot of land adjacent to Marlins Park in Little Havana, and a transit-oriented site in Overtown, which promptly faced lawsuits from activist Bruce Matheson, who claimed the no-bid deal was in direct violation of state law. The definitive turning point finally arrived in 2017 when brothers Jorge and Jose Mas, the powerful leaders of the construction giant Mastech, officially joined Beckham's ownership group. They boldly convinced Beckham to chase a far more ambitious dream. Their new vision involved transforming the 131-acre Melreese Country Club, a city-owned golf course situated next to Miami International Airport, into a sprawling, massive, mixed-use development. In July of 2018, the grand concept for Miami Freedom Park was officially unveiled to the public. It featured a 25,000-seat stadium, anchoring more than 1 million square feet of retail and entertainment space, 750 hotel rooms, and a magnificent 58-acre public park. The entire $1 billion project would be 100% privately funded, complete with above-market rent payments on a 99-year lease agreement. In November of 2018, an overwhelming 60% of Miami voters approved the visionary project in a referendum. And then, finally, in April of 2022, a full 8 years after Beckham's initial announcement, the Miami City Commission voted 4-2, one officially approving Miami Freedom Park. The deal was finally done. Now, the most difficult part began: building it. While all of the stadium drama was unfolding, Inter Miami desperately needed a temporary home ground. In early 2019, the ownership group successfully secured a 50-year lease for a piece of land located in Fort Lauderdale, which was the site where the aging Lockhart Stadium had stood idle after the Fort Lauderdale Strikers relocated. The club was then given approval to demolish Lockhart and construct a completely new modular stadium on that very site, a $60 million project funded entirely by Inter Miami. The timeline for this undertaking was absolutely extreme. The approval for demolition was granted in April of 2019. Inter Miami's MLS debut was already scheduled for March of 2020, which gave the team less than 11 months to demolish an entire stadium and build a brand new one from scratch. Incredibly, they managed to pull it off. Chase Stadium, as it's now called thanks to a sponsorship deal, opened its doors in July of 2020 with a capacity of 21,550 fans. This new stadium was designed with a north-south orientation, a key feature to prevent debilitating sun glare for the goalkeepers, and it also includes a 50,000 square foot training center, along with 6 additional practice fields for the club's burgeoning academy. Chase Stadium bore witness to Inter Miami's first ever MLS match in August of 2020. It would go on to host international friendlies and thrilling playoff matches. Most significantly, it was the stage for Lionel Messi's momentous debut in July of 2023, an event that transformed the club from an MLS expansion side into a global phenomenon practically overnight. But despite all the history made there, Chase Stadium was always intended to be a temporary home. After 6 eventful years and countless incredible memories, Inter Miami would finally be making its way home. Construction at the Miami Freedom Park site officially got underway in August of 2023, marking the beginning of one of the single most ambitious stadium projects in the league's history. The development team assembled for this undertaking represents the absolute pinnacle of international talent and expertise. The Miami-based architectural powerhouse Arquitectonica was tasked with designing the master plan for the entire complex. The Kansas City-based firm Manica Architecture is leading the specific design of the stadium itself. The structural engineering giant Thornton Tomasetti is providing crucial engineering services, and the renowned firm CAA Icon is managing the massive complex construction effort. The stadium stands as a magnificent architectural statement, meticulously designed to capture the unique energy and style that defines Miami. The structure features a sophisticated 2-tier seating bowl with an elevated main concourse engineered to provide clear, easy circulation and perfect sight lines throughout the entire venue. Flanking the pitch, magnificent premium towers will boast opulent clubs, exclusive executive suites, and a state-of-the-art press box. Yet, the true crown jewel, the one breathtaking feature that will distinguish Miami Freedom Park from any other stadium in the league, is its colossal tensile cable canopy roof. And this is no ordinary structure. Stretching majestically from the very edge of the pitch and extending far out over the concourse, this canopy is destined to become the largest of its kind in all of Major League Soccer. In fact, engineering a lightweight tensile roof capable of withstanding Category 5 hurricane winds stands as one of the most formidable technical hurdles of the entire project. By the middle of January of 2026, the ambitious construction effort had already achieved several pivotal milestones. On January 16th, the visionary himself, David Beckham, toured the site, sharing compelling photographs on Instagram that revealed the stadium's staggering and dramatic transformation. As of early February 2026, the canopy's foundational elements were approximately 70% complete, with dedicated crews now laser-focused on the monumental task of hoisting the massive roof structure into its final position. The stadium's exterior shell is now substantially complete, allowing the immense sweeping curve of the full seating bowl to finally be seen. Meanwhile, deep within the stadium's heart, intensive work is relentlessly pushing forward to perfect the luxurious suites, the players' locker rooms, exclusive dining areas, sprawling concourses, modern restrooms, and all the premium amenities that will ultimately shape the unforgettable matchday experience for every fan. Here's a question for you. Drop your answer in the comments right now. When Inter Miami opens the doors at Miami Freedom Park, do you think this stadium will immediately become the crown jewel of MLS? Or does another club still hold that title? The surrounding transportation network has been meticulously engineered to manage the immense flow of 25,000 fans converging on a site directly adjacent to one of the nation's busiest airports. The grounds will feature more than 4,500 parking spaces, complemented by 2.5 miles of newly constructed roads. A proposed bridge is set to span the Tamiami Canal, linking directly to the Miami Intermodal Center and granting seamless access to Metro Rail, Tri-Rail commuter services, and crucially, Miami International Airport. In a crucial move back in early 2025, Miami commissioners approved $20 million in infrastructure funding, earmarked for the essential roads and utilities that will service the sprawling development. Further bolstering the project, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis awarded an $8 million grant from the state's Job Growth Fund specifically to champion these vital infrastructure enhancements. Yet, a dramatic hurdle emerged in late February of 2026. Reports surfaced that the city was withholding the project's master permit, awaiting the developer's final payment of a $25 million contribution for citywide park enhancements. A critical stipulation of the original lease agreement. It's a powerful reminder that the numbers fueling Miami Freedom Park are simply staggering. The entire development carries an estimated price tag of approximately $1.3 billion, with the stadium alone representing a colossal $350 million piece of that investment. This monumental figure positions it as one of the largest and most ambitious privately financed sports developments in the annals of American history. What is truly remarkable is that not 1 cent of taxpayer money is being directed toward the stadium's construction. Instead, the endeavor is funded entirely by its dedicated ownership group and a syndicate of commercial lenders, creating an ownership structure that brilliantly mirrors both deep local roots and soaring global ambition. At the helm are Jorge Mas and Jose Mas Miami natives, who command the formidable Mastech construction empire, serving as the managing owners. Alongside them is David Beckham, the international football icon who first ignited this incredible dream way back in 2014 and who maintains a substantial ownership stake. And in a truly unprecedented move, Lionel Messi, who electrified the league by joining in 2023, is set to receive equity in the team upon his retirement, forever cementing his legacy with the project. Then, in November of 2025, Inter Miami made the electrifying announcement Miami Freedom Park would officially open its gates on April 4th. The club unveiled its full 2026 schedule, revealing that the historic inaugural home match would pit them against Austin FC. This strategic timing provides a narrow but critical buffer to finalize construction. The economic shockwave from Miami Freedom Park will be felt far beyond the stadium walls. During the construction phase alone, the massive project is projected to generate over 13,000 direct, indirect, and induced employment opportunities, injecting $680 million in labor income into the economy and contributing over $55 million in crucial state and local tax revenue. Once fully operational, the park will sustain an estimated 3,000 permanent jobs annually spread across the stadium, retail outlets, entertainment venues, hospitality services, and office complexes. Projections show the entire development will pour an estimated $40 million in annual tax revenue directly into Miami's coffers. Over the 99-year lease, the city of Miami is poised to collect a staggering $2.67 billion in total revenue from this single project. For a municipality that invested no public funds into the construction, this represents a truly extraordinary return. The resulting financial transformation for the club is set to be both immediate and profoundly significant. Until now, at Chase Stadium in Fort Lauderdale, the team has been operating within the confines of a temporary facility that was never intended to meet their ambitious long-term requirements. Miami Freedom Park will not only offer expanded capacity, it will also introduce premium hospitality spaces designed to command substantially higher revenues. The timing simply could not be more perfect. Inter Miami is storming into this new era, propelled by a wave of unprecedented momentum. The team just clinched its first major piece of silverware, the 2025 MLS Cup, and has secured the legendary Lionel Messi with a contract extension through 2028. The 2026 FIFA World Cup is set to unfold across North America with a remarkable 7 matches slated to be played right here at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, which means the gaze of the entire world will be fixed upon South Florida at the precise moment Miami Freedom Park asserts itself as a premier global football destination. As tireless construction crews race against the clock, working day and night to meet that critical April 4th deadline, one thing has become absolutely certain. This stadium is a monument to something far greater than just concrete, steel, and cable. It is the breathtaking realization of David Beckham's 12-year dream. It is the magnificent legacy of Jorge and Jose Mas, a gift bestowed upon their cherished hometown and the grand new theater for the legendary Lionel Messi to command. It is also Miami's thunderous proclamation, an undeniable statement that this city's destiny lies at the very summit of North American football. Following a grueling journey through 5 rejected proposals, innumerable daunting setbacks, a worldwide health crisis, and years shrouded in uncertainty, Inter Miami is at long last making its triumphant return home. And that brings us to the end of the epic saga of Miami Freedom Park, a chronicle stretching from David Beckham's audacious dream in 2014 to the spectacular reality opening on April 4th, 2026. What is your final verdict on Inter Miami's monumental journey and their stunning new fortress? Drop your detailed thoughts and passionate opinions in the comments section below. We read every single one. If this story moved you, show your support. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the stories shaping the beautiful game. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next one.